Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast, as part of a PH4 report. This audio podcast, as part of a SZtorm, an audio podcast as part of a Bedlam Clobber, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production. In this audio podcast, a little bit around public health, looking at public health and gambling, as well public health and gambling disorders. So there are various gambling related activities that also that also sort of inter sort of regard as public health concerns. These can include substance abuse, alcohol misuse, psychological conditions, suicide and family sort of disputes. Individuals with pathological gambling are self have, are or have where evidence informs amongst the literature can be can be put out under the under an umbrella under sort of an umbrella terminology as sort of self destructive, and this leads to poor health and quality of life, and prompting compromise physical health and disease. One team sort of in 2013, around 2013, reported that gamblers are report, reported that gamblers to have high use of emergency and medical services. Individuals who receive less support carry more emotional distress, with barriers to care for both males and females. Females demonstrate more of a stigma associated with gambling, whereas a stigma associated with gambling, whereas males seek where males seek whereas males seek support around behavioral issues. Family and sort of the construct the family and the construct support plays a pivotal role in around the strategies, as part of the strategies. So attention should be on the well-being, in around well-being, and support around change, around change. That draws this audio podcast to a close. And this audio podcast as part of a PH4 report. This audio podcast as part of a SZtorm. And this audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production. And subsequent audio podcasts the subsequent audio podcast will go into look at the health professionals, the health professionals, healthcare professionals sort of role or basis in around in around sort of for those with sort of gambling in around gambling